Hey, this is Buzz signing in with episode number 14 of AirWaves. And in this episode, I'll be reviewing my new Uniden Bearcat 980 single sideband radio. If you saw episode number 9, that was the unboxing of this radio. Then in a three-part series of episode 12, you saw me assembling and mounting the new Starduster M400 antenna. And that's the antenna I have connected to this radio for this demonstration. Now, I'm not going to be attempting any transmissions or receptions on here. But what I am going to do is go through the features of the radio, or at least the ones that I think will be most interesting to you. First of all, as you can see here, I've got it set up for the green display, and there are 7 different colors to choose from, and you can actually have a different color for the day or night. You can also set up the contrast of the screen, the brightness of the screen. Generally, I have it running at full brightness and contrast. One thing I have noticed is if you sit off to the side of the radio, then the LCD display is not very readable. You pretty much have to be looking straight on at it. Now, as far as the periphery here, all of these, they're fine. It's just the LCD display. You do need to be looking pretty much straight on to get a good view of it. But to go through, and I went through the unboxing, what all these buttons are along the bottom and the top. But the things I think you're mostly going to be interested in is in going through the menu here. Now, what you do is you push in on this button up here, which is your tuning button, and when I hit that, you notice it brought up day/night. If I hit that again, it shows day. Okay, and this is where you can select colors, and we got day, night, and that's where you set up whether you want different colors for day and night. Okay, then you color, and this is day color. I'm selecting green. Okay, this is your brightness, with 15 being the highest setting. Diagnostic. Now this is pretty interesting. I already determined something going through this here, and I'll tell you about that in a minute. But let's select Diagnostic, and now you notice Volt comes up. Hit the OK button again, and it shows 14.1 volts and pass. So it's telling you your voltage is sufficient. Okay. Press the OK button again, back to Diagnostics, turn it down. This is antenna. Okay, this is your antenna matching diagnostic. Hit enter there, and it says go PTT. That's your push to talk on your microphone. Okay, so I push that down, and you notice it says pass. And I went through most of the channels on the radio here and checked it, and it was the SWR was 1.0 on every channel. That's with the Starduster antenna. Okay, we're back to diagnostic. Now we go down to RF out. Now this is interesting because I was testing it a little while ago, but I had it in sideband, not AM. And for this demonstration, I've just got it plugged into a 3 amp power supply. Now on regular AM, when I test it here, again, you push to talk on the microphone, you see it passes. Now if I go, let's see, let's exit out of here. Now I'm going to switch over to sideband. I'm in upper sideband now. Okay. Go back into diagnostics, back down to RF out. Watch what happens here. It said pass initially, and then it went to fail. That's because on sideband we've got 12 watts rather than the 4 watts on AM, and the power supply apparently is not supplying enough power to maintain the transmission on that. So cool little item on there. There's also weather on there. You can put weather scan in the menu selection there. Let me turn this up. This is a weather button. What it does, the radio automatically tunes to your local weather station. Okay, now we're on still on upper sideband. Let's go back down here now. AM. Turn the squelch up there. But to go through these buttons again real quickly here, you've got your SWR, RF, and calibration button here, which changes the display, the meter here on the display. You got your CB band and PA, so you can go back and forth between the two, whether you want CB mode or public address mode. This is memory scan. Now you'll notice here I've got squelch turned up. It's on channel 19 on regular AM CB, and I'm going to hit scan, and you'll see that it's scanning through the frequencies here. Now if it finds something, it will stop and of course go ahead and let you listen in. But it will do that in either AM mode, upper sideband, or lower sideband, which is a nice feature. You can also go through and set on a channel, and if you want it to memorize it, you hold in the button and it'll ask you to save, and you hit it again, and you can save it in memory, and then you can scan just the frequencies that you have in memory. Another nice feature. Also over here, this is your automatic noise limiting and noise blanking. The RF gain, by the way, when you push that in, and I don't know if it's going to do it here. Yeah. All that does actually is, I don't know if you can see it over here, it says local. Press it again and it just says RX. So actually that's only the RF gain, that is only in receive mode. That's not adjusting your output when you're transmitting. Now your mic gain, that does change the volume on your microphone. And you can see there it's 4, so it's anywhere from 1 to 4, and just leave it at 4 there. And then talkback is the same way. You can set your volume on the talkback. It actually goes, let's see, we're getting feedback there now. I'm not quite sure how far it goes up, but also what I want to mention with this radio, like I say, I've got it paired up with the Starduster M400 antenna, and it's really been working well. I'm picking up a lot of stations on AM and both upper and lower sideband, and as I said, the antenna match is perfect all across the band, and I set it up to be resonant at the center frequency of the range of the antenna, which will also cover the 10-meter amateur radio band. So I think if you're looking at an antenna for either CB or amateur radio, or for both, like I am, it's a good antenna, and it's not that expensive. I think I paid about $69 for it online. So there it is, the Uniden Bearcat 980 single sideband. If you have any questions, you can put them down on the discussion panel below, and I'll be glad to try and answer those for you. But this is Buzz. You've been watching episode number 14 of AirWaves. I hope you'll subscribe, like, and share, and I'll see you down the dial.